What's going on, Elvis Nation? Welcome back to another video. And today we are on episode 3 of Saturday's Sports Movie Review. If you guys are new to the channel, I've done 2 episodes prior to this. If you want to go check those out, I do these on the last Saturday of every month. And this month we're gonna do a baseball movie classic, Rookie of the Year. One of my favorite baseball movies of all time. I just watched it. And I'm doing my review as soon as I finish, and I've seen this movie a million times. It is such a good movie. It's about Henry Rowan Gardner going from the worst player on his Little League team to the starting pitcher, or not the starting pitcher, but for a pitcher for the Chicago Cubs. And the movie starts out, he's one of the worst. He's probably the worst player on his team. He always gets made fun of because he can never catch a fly ball. And when he's at school, and he gets made fun of more, and they tell him to go catch his fly ball, so they hit one really far, and then in the process, he slips on a baseball and breaks his arm. So pretty much he's stuck in a cast for a couple of months, and they just skip over a few months, and then it comes the day that he gets it off, and I think his tendons fuse together to make an extremely powerful force in his arm. So when the doctor's checking him out, he just slaps the doctor in the face accidentally. It's the pivot from here is unimaginable power, and that's how he becomes the starting pitcher. Because after those tendons fuse together, he can now throw over 100 miles an hour. And so he gets a tryout with the Chicago Cubs. The manager comes to his house and everything. But before that, his mom gives him Chicago Cubs tickets. So they go to the game. The Cubs are really bad. I think this movie was in '92, and they would barely have 1,000 people at the games. There's just a few hundred. And so they got a home run. And then Henry at the time did not know how much power his arm had, but he threw a home run from the stands back to the catcher's glove. And so the owner gets a tryout with Henry. He ends up just killing it at the tryout, and he gets a pitching job for the Chicago Cubs. Now at first, he's not very good. He needs a lot of coaching. And when he does, he becomes one of, if not the best pitcher in the entire league. And just throughout the whole season, he's just striking out guys left and right. After he started out with 2 saves, in which they were both ugly wins, but he still got the save. He gave up a home run. He hit a guy. Still got the saves throughout the whole year. It's just him, just getting better and better, hanging out with his teammates, hanging out with his pitching coach. He just keeps getting better and better all the way up to, I believe, the NLDS, where they're trying to win, this is the last game of the regular season, I believe, to win the division. And that's when he loses his force in his arm. He slips on another ball during the game, and then lands on that same arm, which cancels out the power effect. So he's back to just average little leaguer, but he's got 1 out to go to win the division championship. And so he does, I believe, a hidden ball trick, tricks a guy into stealing a base, and then strikes a guy out, which was hilarious how it played out. But he won the division pretty much with an average arm in the last out. Oh no, it was the last inning. He lost his throwing gift. He had to get everyone out with just a regular arm, in which he got 1 strikeout and then tricked 2 guys in the infield. Like I said, one with a hidden ball trick. It was pretty much 2 hidden ball tricks. And then he struck out the last guy. Like I said, amazing movie. The end, it's back in the spring. He's playing Little League again. Steals a home run over the fence. They're celebrating, and the movie ends with him showing his Cubs World Series ring to the camera. It's a really good movie, but I wish they would have went more in depth with how they won the World Series, because their starting pitcher, the veteran, had just like his arm was hurt. He probably needed surgery. He was pretty much done. And with Henry losing his gift, I would like to have seen them go into more detail with how they won the World Series. But it's still a great movie regardless. I totally recommend that you guys watch it if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys. Would recommend this movie. Go watch it if you haven't yet.